She Megs on my 2.0 till I N.
Welcome to the podcast where we talk about anything and everything comes out of the crapshoot. I'm your host, JD. This is my co-host, James. I call him James. Everyone else calls him Jimmy. It just works like that. And
Who are
today
you?
is going to
How'd you get in my house?
get a bit of a
What
shorter...
do you do?
What?
Who are you?
I'm me.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Today's going to be a bit of a shorter episode, James. I just I came over to let
Why
you
is
know
that, JD?
because
Why is that?
because I got an even more early shift tomorrow for some reason. It's just a full schedule of the same start time, and then for
Hey,
some reason
JD,
one random
JD,
starter time.
listen,
this
I
time.
don't, JD, I don't give a shit about the problems of the unemployed that you're going through.
Right.
Really, I just couldn't care less.
Yeah. So yeah, this episode's only going to be the Megan review. So hopefully you didn't have anything else you wanted to talk
Oh
about.
yeah, real quick before we talk about the Megan review, my dad lost a tooth, and now he's missing one of his two front teeth. And whenever he says words like S or words that have an S or T in them,
Yeah.
there's a big whistle noise that he makes. And he said he was saying something about stopping people at the gates, but I
Yeah.
thought he said stopping people at the gays. And
Yeah.
I was kind of grilling him about that. I'm like, what do you mean by this? What are you talking about? And he's like trying to explain it to me. I'm like, I don't get it. I don't get what you're saying.
Well, it's because you just love to project onto everyone else around you,
You
you know.
project all these things onto me. You don't know me.
Uh
Also, Ruby is getting a volume 10. Woohoo.
cool. So in classic crapshoot fashion, we watched Megan 2. I guess what is the movie title actually? It's like Megan 2.0.
Megan 2.0. It's actually M3gan 2.0.
Right. It's Megan with with a 3. Megan with a 3
Again,
2.0.
I
Uh
can't wait for the third movie to figure out if they're just gonna call it 3.0.
and as is tradition, we didn't watch the first. I didn't watch the first one. I think you watched the first one.
Yeah.
I didn't watch the first one, so I just watched the second one. And I guess well, it probably would have improved the viewing experience. It improved my understanding of the movie better if I watched the first one,
Nah, you were good.
because it seemed like it was kind of a continuation of the first one. So Megan is in the movie,
Yeah.
but I
She's in the
guess
movie.
for the first movie, I guess Megan was the main bad guy. But for this movie,
Mhm.
there's another main bad guy, and
Abigail.
we'll get to it because it's also kind of
Mhm.
well. By the way, this will be a spoiler review. Just overall thoughts about the movie, James. Any strong feelings toward
Uh
it? You think was it all
oh,
that
I
was
thought
hyped
I
up
thought
to be?
yeah, I thought it was a pretty good movie. I did not think it was a bad movie at all. Uh, I think our dilemma arises from it being 11 o'clock at night when we were watching it. Though, if
Um,
I'm being truly honest, I think I only got more awake from there.
you got more awake after we watched the movie. So
I got more awake as we drove to
during the
Wendy's
movie,
in your
you were
dismay.
like nodding off, and then right at the end, right
During
when we
the
walked
movie,
out,
during the movie, I kept having to physically interact with you to stay awake. There's a lot of physical comedy going on this time
yeah, you were
around.
you were you were horsing around a lot. Usually you don't do that, so I was like surprised. I was like, what happened, James? You get some of your brother's blood in you accidentally. You accidentally take his you ate his food or
Yeah,
something.
I was gonna say I took a little shot of his
Did you
tren.
did you drink from his cup? Is that what happened? Because there might have been something in there you didn't know.
This isn't my gamer subs. This is just a 22-ounce cup of Trembolone.
You take the wrong shot. So anyway, yeah, I mean, I thought the movie was all right. I don't think it was like super insane or like mind blowing.
Yeah, no, it
I'd
wasn't
say it
anything
was yeah, it
revolutionary.
was about mid. Um
Yeah, I'd say a middle ground. Yeah,
I think
five,
the action in it was all
six or
right.
seven maybe.
I think
I
the
thought
the
it.
action was like shot well, but like the actual choreography of it wasn't like super amazing. But there were funny moments in there.
Yeah, it had a lot of fun moments. There was definitely a good few gags that I really enjoyed the most.
I kind of like
Um,
the fake bad bad guy, like the sub bad guy, mini boss
Uh,
number one,
the oh, Jermaine
the
Clement.
handicapped guy, but who
Yeah,
can
Jermaine
walk
Clement.
using he can walk using the Neuralink. Yeah, that guy I actually really liked him. He's probably my favorite guy, favorite character in the movie.
He's great. I've told you about. Well, I told you about him while we were in the theater. But Jermaine Clement, he's a really good. I think New Zealand or Australian comedian.
Same thing. Yeah.
No, very different.
I mean, they always like to say it's very different, but you know how they say it? They go, "Oi, mate, we're very different," and then the
They
Australian
go,
guy's like,
"Oi
"Oi, mate,
there."
we're very different."
And then New Zealanders are like, "Oi, man, we and that's what they
And then I
sound like
go,
because you
and
can't
I go,
understand them.
and I go, "You are both on an island." No, and they go, "Well, kind of."
Well, we're on an island too, JD. Everybody's on an island. We're all
Well,
on
yeah,
islands.
everyone's on an island. We're all the same. That's the whole point. I know you want to point out the differences in people very, very specifically in certain types of people, but in my opinion, all humans, we're about the same. You know,
Yeah.
no need to point anything out in particular.
Yeah, as a complete side note, because it's all I can hear in the background while we're having this conversation, my dad,
Sure.
for some reason, refuses to burp like a normal person,
Yeah.
and he screams at the top of his lungs when he does it instead, and he says that it helps him clear himself out or something, like in a way.
That's really
And
funny.
so
It doesn't pick up
it's
on
your top.
Discord, unfortunately. I haven't heard
No,
it.
it does. Well, he's downstairs while doing it, so thankfully, but he will be coming upstairs pretty soon, I'm pretty sure. But literally, and I don't know if you'll even be able to hear me say this, but like he's like I'm just hearing you talk about Megan, and then in the background, I'm just hearing him go, oh, yeah, like at the top of his lungs.
Hear him go, oi, and then Butcher
Yeah,
walks into
doing
the room.
literally doing I don't know, I'm stuck in this game. An Australian oi sound,
Oi.
but at the top of his lungs and very like from the throat, very ugh.
Hmm. That's
It's
funny you
very
mention it
annoying.
because I nabbed this can of Starry from work. And I'm drinking it currently. And I'm
I
really
literally
trying to
drank a
get.
can of Starry earlier today.
I'm really trying
I
to
had
build
that
up.
with my lunch.
I'm trying to build up the
A
pressure right now, to just let
I
out
thought
a
you were gonna say
huge
a
one, but
tolerance.
I'm not feeling it. So
I thought you were saying that you're trying to build up a tolerance for a second.
no, and build up pressure to unleash the
Gonna help
oi.
those gonna help those future stories go down easier.
They will never go down easy. That's one of the reasons we love Starry so much here.
And they'll never open easy either.
Yeah, Jermaine Clemens or whatever his name was.
Clement.
He's a
It's
great
very
guy,
simple. It's just Clement.
funny guy. He has a
He's a good
couple funny
comedian.
funny gags. So the main bad guy is another robot called Amelia,
Hmm.
and I
Amalia.
guess she was created by like a government contracted military like technology company, and then sold to the military, and then she went rogue.
He was created by a government technology military company and
She
then
went
sold to the
rogue.
military.
She decided to go rogue nation, and then
Hmm.
uh, she
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 went, "Oi, bruv, I'm Tom Cruise, Rogue
there
Nation,
was
mate."
part there was a part of the movie where she was trying to seduce um, Clemens, and I don't even know his name in the movie.
Very, very
Do you
expertly
remember his
so, by the
name
way.
in the movie?
Jermaine Clement.
No, in the movie.
Yeah, he's playing himself.
No, you don't know his name in the movie.
No,
In fact, I
no,
don't
I
think I
don't.
remember anyone's name except Megan and
It's a good point. Amelia,
Christian
Christian.
Christian. Sorry, that's what it was.
Um, I don't remember it, but the gay guy, he was my favorite character in the movie.
Oh, was he? But you don't even remember his
Yeah.
name? Okay.
No, I don't remember his name. I don't even know the actor's name. But he's also in another show where he plays like an English teacher in high school, and he's pretty funny in it.
Damn. Well, yeah, he had the Neuralink guy. He had a couple
Oh,
funny moments. First off, in the scene where Amelia's seducing him, he's like making out with her, but she's like a robot. But I don't think they did anything to make her more robotic ish. So it's just
she's
her actor.
uncanny. There's something in some way that they made her uncanny because
To
I
me,
think
she
I
just
know
looked
that
like a
the
normal
actor
person, honestly.
there's something about her, and I think it is. I think they did push her hairline back.
I don't know. I don't know if they did anything. honestly, because to me it looked
It's
like my vision isn't the best, but to me it looked like she was just a normal person. She didn't look
I
in the least way robotic.
she looks normal, but again, I think she has like a this slight uncanniness to her
I
that I
think
just
you're
can't
just I
unsee.
think you're just trying to insult the actress, and I'm trying to save you, James, from that. But if you want to die on this
I don't
hill,
need your
that's okay.
saving.
Yeah. No, it was just they didn't like craft like fake skin to put on her or anything. It's just the actress's face. And then
Yeah, because the
she's
original Megan is like a kid wearing like a silicone mask of somebody's
well, I mean, at
face.
least she's wearing the silicone mask to be like, oh, this is kind of a
The
robot.
silicon,
Yeah.
the silicon mask.
Whatever, James. Are you going to be doing this all the time?
Uh,
Is this what you're going
yeah,
to contribute?
yeah. This is my part of the conversation.
But yeah, so she's making out with Neuralink guy,
I wouldn't
but
say
she's
she was making out.
sorry, he was making out with her, and then she was
He
just
was kissing her very stiff face as she just stared into the
yeah,
ceiling.
she just has like the most she has the poker face going on while
She's got
he's
kind of like a
making out with
really
her.
Chad face going on.
Yeah. And then he like rips off his shirt and he's got like the fakest muscle suit underneath.
Oh, it's great.
It's so great. It, like the skin tone doesn't match, and then it's like so obviously contoured. Made us crack up when he first did that. Uh, but yeah, he dies. I think
Yeah.
she kills him.
Amelia murder death kills him.
Hmm. Yeah, and she also kills one of the other security guards that you liked. You said
I
he showed up on
recognized
screen.
him
You were like, "Hey, it's that
immediately.
New Zealand Australian guy that I really like. He's like a comedian
Yeah.
or something."
He's from a YouTube channel called Viva La Dirt League, uh, who have like a pretty funny series about NPCs in video games.
Yeah.
Well, it's what they're most famous for, but they've like got a lot of series. But he's one of the members of it, and I genuinely like I paused and I was like, is that him? It looks like him, and it looks like the old haircut he used to have because he has shorter hair now. He cut it shorter,
Mhm.
and I was like, "There's no is that him?" Like I kept trying to like think about it. Like, man, it looks like him, but it also kind of doesn't.
Oi!
And then he talks with an American accent as well. It's only one line, but I was like,
He says
man, I wonder
one
if that's
line.
him. And I tried looking up during the movie and I couldn't because I didn't have signal. I looked it up after the movie. It is him. And the other guy I thought was him was the other member was not.
Did James want to just pull like a Hideo Kojima where you just pick people he likes
I
to act
like
his
you. I
movies or
like you
something?
being you're in my movie
Or did he?
now. Have
But
you
yeah,
seen
so
that by the way of all
no,
the people he's put it in fucking Death Stranding 2?
no.
The director Josh Flanagan, who directs like a bunch of like funny horror shows and stuff.
Mhm.
They're not funny, but who directs a bunch of stuff. He's in it too as a character. The Rocka Rocka directors who are also YouTubers are in it.
Right.
That's such a there's so I mean I could go on for probably a while talking about all the different people Josh Flanagan put into it, but it's crazy.
Yeah, Josh Flanagan.
I mean
So,
Hideo Kojima.
Australian New
Yeah.
Zealand comedian dude walks on, and then he's one of the
He goes,
background security guards,
I
and
got it.
he goes, "Got it, sir," and then he turns around and he immediately dies to Amelia. She like does like a
Gets
neck,
throat chopped to
yeah.
hell.
She does like a throat chop on him, and he dies, and he never shows up again.
She literally does the throat chop
And it
joke
was
that
like
we do.
that was like 30 seconds after you were like, "Wait a minute, I know that guy. I like him. He's like the New
That's all the
Zealand
screen time he
Australian
had.
comedian YouTuber. I like him." And then
Yeah.
he goes, "I got it, sir." And then he
I
dies.
was like, that's crazy. They
What's
really
funny
put him
is
in the movie just
there were
kill him
two security
immediately.
guards, backup security guards in that scene, and the other one lives. Like he shows up in the
Yeah.
scene after, or after Emilio, comes in and wipes the
And
floor
then I
with him.
think gets killed by Amelia later on at the AI Expo,
Yeah, the AI con,
the robot convention.
the AI con where everyone is cosplaying, and then they also have dancing robots on stage.
They have mascots, but then also some of them aren't mascots and are just straight up
You
cosplays.
said, yeah, you said like, oh, I was like, why is everyone cosplaying? You're like, oh, it's just the
Well,
mascots.
I thought
We
it
look in the
because they were
crowd, and
like,
every single person is like has a costume on, like Power Ranger ish. I'm
well,
like,
here's
what
the
the?
thing. here's the thing: when we get introduced to the costumes, it's through the girl that Megan knocks out, and she's in a back room putting on her makeup before going out to the main hall. And then her and the other dancers have a coordinated dance sequence that they're all doing that Megan fucks up because she keeps dancing when she's not supposed to and goes overboard and starts spinning her head in circles like she's in The Exorcist. But yeah, it was a thing of like, well, hold on, that makes sense, I guess, that they're mascots for the brand. But then it also showed other people, and I'm like, who are you even cosplaying? Yeah, this is my Clippy if it was a person cosplay.
Yeah, they were cosplaying all types of different things. It wasn't like a
There was
singular
there were,
cosplay.
the gay guy was dressed as the Black Power Ranger, I guess.
I, oh, actually, you know what? That gay guy, I was in when I was watching that, I was thinking where I'd seen him before, and I think I saw him from a clip. It might be the wrong person, but I think I saw him at a clip in was it She-Hulk, where he's like the dude who injects the syringe into his arm and he turns into
Not him, not
the
him.
fake Hulk.
Different guy, different guy. Completely
My
different
memory's a little
actor.
foggy on it, but I feel
See,
like
I
I
know
feel like they look similar.
I understand the confusion. White men with very similar haircuts kind of have
with
that
with the
like
like
invisible
the
jaw,
chin, yeah, the
chin.
invisible jawline, that the jawline that kind of melts into the neck.
And by the way, JD, in the movie where they do compliment his physique, the reason I was telling you, no, he does have a physique. It just doesn't look like it because of the clothing. It's because I've
Right.
seen the teacher. I mean, the TV show where he plays the English teacher, and they have a whole scene about him doing like a dance in the shower where
Mhm.
you see it, and I'm like, yeah, okay, this guy
Yeah,
is
and he
very
was
well
also in
physically off.
She-Hulk, where he goes, "Yeah, you don't
He's
deserve that power,"
not,
and then he stabs a syringe in his arm, and he goes, and then as
and
he
does the little
injects, he goes,
the tongue flicking.
yeah, he like flicks, he like shakes his tongue out, and he goes, and then and he goes, "I don't really feel it," and then oh, and then he says, "Come at me, bro." Like, honestly, I
Come
wanted to
at me,
watch
bro.
She-Hulk after that. I saw that clip. That was the only thing
It's
I've
a good
seen from
clip.
She-Hulk.
My favorite thing is that that clip ends with nothing, by the way, because She-Hulk breaks the fourth wall, literally enters the Disney Plus home screen, and then goes to the Disney lot to go talk to Kevin
To go
Feige.
talk to
But Kevin
John
Feige
Disney.
to go talk to John Disney, Kevin Feige, John Marvel himself. And it's a pretty good gag because it's not Kevin Feige. It's a camera or it's an AI named Kevin, but it's just a hat on top of a camera because Kevin Feige's whole thing is that he wears hats all the time because he's bald.
Right, he's a hat
So
guy.
it's just yeah, they just put one of his hats on a camera, and I think it's a pretty good bit that gets overlooked because people complain about She-Hulk. But anyways, Megan.
Yeah.
um really good fighting. I'll give it that. The fight scenes are I mean, I'm not surprised. James Wan always has really good fight
For
scenes.
some reason, James Wan, I think he just likes putting like martial art fighting, like hand to hand fight scenes in his movies. Because I remember his other
Malignant.
horror movie that he did, *Malignant*. It also had like those kind of fight scenes.
It had really creative fight scenes because the killer was like walking and doing everything backwards. So they had a
Yeah,
choreograph to make it look like that, even though the person's still facing forward while wearing the costume,
right.
to make it look like they're moving. It's
But they're
really
just like
interesting,
pretending that they're backwards.
right?
But yeah, I
He's
mean, it was
really
good.
good at he's really good at creative ways to do fight scenes, especially with like, hey, what if we're in a technologically advanced future? How would they fight? And he's got like all these exosuits and AI and the people with like armor and stun batons and shit.
Yeah, but they do pull a Mission Impossible. The super bad guy is an AI. The AI will take over the world and destroy everything. That's gonna be
I mean,
like.
I don't
I hope
think
you're ready for that to be the main villain in every single movie for like the next 5 years.
yeah, it's really fun. I'm really glad that we just rehashed the same exact kind of story types and that we
Yeah,
haven't
it's that
unfortunately
the
found a new way of doing these.
company has developed Skynet, which is an AI, and then they have to destroy
Uh-huh.
the AI using some code or an EMP bomb or something. Like destroy the AI physically.
It I don't know why we can't do something new.
Because these guys don't know AI. They don't know. They don't know what it is. They just hear AI is bad and they're like, okay. So they're like, yeah, AI, motherboard chip, duh. And so
To be fair, the first Megan was made right before the AI boom of stuff.
right.
So it was like right like on that little cusp right before it. And then it
Mhm.
came out and then all the AI stuff started happening, which is why I think the first one did so well compared to the second one.
Yeah.
Uh among the whole like not being a horror movie anymore. Uh also by the way, I can't believe Megan didn't or not Megan. Well, I guess Megan didn't kill those Black Ops guys at the beginning of the movie.
Yeah. We we thought that she killed them, but they were actually just
I mean,
injured.
you hear the neck break noise, but then
The
you see
re
him in a neck brace.
the reason why they didn't die is because they're actually the good guys, aka they're the police, the FBI.
Well, they're the good guys, quote unquote. I mean, they are the FBI, so how good, really? It's
Not
debatable.
criminals is how good they are, I
I
guess.
wouldn't say that either if we're talking about the FBI.
Well, they're in-game FBI. I know your whole hatred for the in real life FBI because of your
Yeah,
many run-ins with
baby.
them because you're a criminal.
Yeah,
You don't
baby.
like them personally because I know you want to
No,
have your drug trafficking,
no,
human drug
baby.
trafficking ring run smoothly without interference, but honestly, I find it a little bit weird, and so do the FBI. So,
You make me sound like a character from one of the bad guys in Ready or Not.
uh, yeah, in Ready
I
or
want to talk
Not,
about that, but I guess we're not talking about that. You know, the censorship of Ready or Not.
no. So, yeah, at the end, Amelia turns out to be a controlled by the company that made her, and Christian is the main
The
mastermind
the
behind it.
true bad guy.
Yeah, and Christian is also
Christian is a very catch me if you can now, Ethan, but kind of more like monotone.
he's like a subdued. He's like a Charlie White of if Charlie White was the bad guy of Mission Impossible,
Yeah,
Final Reckoning or something, whatever it was called.
but I think it's really funny. Just he's like this very monotone, just calm guy the whole movie, and then at the end he has a very like countries you can, Ethan moment where he closes the door and starts monologuing, and then Amelia is just standing behind him and
Yeah, like the
crushes his
only time
head.
he actually has like emotion in his voice. So he just talks like monotone. He talks like this the whole time and he's super
Hey
chill. I'm just
gang,
a chill guy.
hey guys,
Hey, I
I
know it's not just me that programmed Amelia to do all these bad things. I also have a team. I think they deserve a little bit of credit. So he talks like that the whole time, even while he's talking about like killing people. So he's actually pretty funny. He was talking to like the main girl protagonist. I don't know her name. And he was like, yeah, what we're gonna do is we're gonna strap you down, and then we're gonna cut out your brain, and then basically
we're
perform
just
a
gonna put a little
lobotomy
brain
on
chip
you.
in you. Yeah, we're just gonna put a little brain chip in you.
We're gonna shove a brain chip in
Nothing
you,
crazy.
control you from the inside out. You will still be able to think, have consciousness, but you won't be able to control your body. It's so they
You'll
actually
still
do
be able
that.
to think,
They
except for the
plant the
fact that you won't,
neurochip
because
on
we'll be
her.
controlling you.
So they actually do it. They plant the neurochip in her. Hmm. But yeah, Christian turns out to be the true bad guy. He he's the one who controlled Emilia, and while they're all fighting in this secret underground evil lair, I guess Emilia. Here's the thing: I don't know if Emilia actually developed like sentience because it,
I think it's
for the
implied that she did.
for the first half of the movie, it's like we don't know that Christian is the one controlling her, right? And so she acts like she has sentience, where it's like, oh, I have this motivation, which is to steal the super AI, and then I
Catch me
guess
if you can, Megan.
free the super AI, right? But then the twist happens where Christian comes in. And he's like, yeah, we've been controlling the whole time. So then that made me think like, oh, like everything she said was just bullshit, and because it made it seem like she didn't have like thoughts of her own, right?
In a
Because
way,
when
it
she was
kind
sitting
of
in the
was, but I
chair,
suppose there are still like some truths.
it's like she's just a puppet, like a robot puppet, instead of like an actual free thinker. At least that's what it made
So-called
it
free
seem like.
thinkers.
That's what Christian made it seem like. But then after they, I don't know what they did actually, because it was kind of messy. They like they press something on her on Amelia's arm when they break out of the secure
They
underground
reset
facility.
her, and because the kid, and I think it's because it's a thing from the first movie, so it's like they're expecting you
Yeah.
to see the first movie to understand it.
No, no, no.
But she like
They uploaded like a previous version of the Megan AI into Amelia, and
right,
yeah, and that's why she was all like, "Megan, can you see me?" But then it's Amelia, like the puppet Amelia talking to her, like, "Yeah, I'm
and
here.
then a Megan, the
I'm
very
programmed
first
to
thing she
help
tries to
you."
do, and then the very first thing Megan tries to do is kill the gay guy.
Yeah, is trying to kill the gay guy based, but instead she kills everyone else, like all the
Hey, I know
scientist
Pride Month's
dudes,
over, but man, you gotta keep that in check.
and the Black Ops dudes, and and then I don't know what happens. She just like wipes out the Megan program or something, and then just goes back to the Amelia free thinker mode or something. Because at the end, she does turn back into the whole "oh, I'm gonna free the AI" thing, and I'm also not Megan, or previous Megan thing. So I don't know what happened there.
Well, she gets short
Short, short,
circuited, and so like it kind of resets her brain where she has like that autonomous freedom of Megan.
short circuited by what though? Just she gets fried or
She immediately, yeah, she immediately gets attacked by the guys and gets fried. And from there, because of that,
hmm.
she like because she has like still the freedom now. I think she's like reset in a weird way where it's like she's partially got like Megan's freedom, but she's now gained her own personality as Amelia or something, is what's implied.
You know what?
I think.
That explanation, it works for me. I don't care. Whatever.
I mean, do we got to think about it? It's Megan. It's
It's
Megan
Megan. It's
2.0.
Megan
She she
2.0
she,
with a
she
3.
wingsuits into the building. She pulls a Superman, barrel rolls, and wingsuits into the building.
She pulls a final she pulls a Mission Impossible, jumps off cliff, wingsuits into building.
She pulls a Catch Me If You Can, Ethan.
She does
Jumps off the
she does the
cliff.
aileron roll while flying through the air, and then does the fisheye
Do a
lens
barrel
zoom in on
roll.
the face flying in.
Do a barrel roll.
So yeah, so Amelia is like, I want to free the super AI, and then she opens up the
Amelia's like,
little
I want my
the master
family.
control box that houses the super AI, which I think is just like a big motherboard chip. And then she touches it, and then like the electricity like diddlers come out and touch her finger, and then she gets like the
Diddlers? What the fuck are you talking
she
about?
because it was like electricity. Remember that scene? It's the
No, no. What are you talking about, dude? What are you on about? What is this craziness you're saying?
I'm
That's
talking about how
that's
they
that's in that's insane, man.
I'm talking about how they showed the fact that the AI transferred its consciousness onto Amelia, where they had like
Yeah,
the
whatever you want
electric
to, whatever you want to say, Peruski.
they had like the electric things. I know you don't like the results of the trial, but you know what? We live in a world. So the
Yeah,
electric
okay, did he
like
miss?
feelers, they come up and touch her hand, and then she like becomes NBA young boy with lasers shooting out of her eyes, and
She does.
she
That's not even
literally
a
does.
joke. She literally does.
She
And
becomes the
they,
NBA
they
young boy
don't
meme.
explain. They don't explain why she does that.
No,
She just does.
in my head, the back of my head, like opera music was playing and like vine booms were happening, and it'd been really funny if on the screen it was just like the green screen fake explosion like effect that happens on the screen, but her eyes
It's
like light up
so
and start,
good.
her eyes like light up like crazy, and opera music starts playing, and then she's like,
Move it, move
and she goes, "I know
it.
all." And by the way,
I and she goes, "I am all the Jedi."
they hyped up this super AI to be like a god. They call it a god. They were like, man, this thing's been sitting. Okay, first of all, the way AI works in this world, it's been sitting in the vault for like the longest time, but it gets smarter over time, just sitting in the vault doing nothing. So so since it gains like
Soaking.
exponential intelligence over time, it becomes like a god in this vault. And then when it's Amelia now in Amelia's body, she goes, "I'm a god." And then Megan goes, "No, you're not," and she jumps on her and activates the EMP in her arm and kills them all. So, hey, kind of a banger of an ending. But then it
I
turns out that
I
Megan
think it was
isn't
good.
dead. So, can't wait for the third movie.
Mm-hmm.
And in classic crapshoot
Neat.
fashion, we never watched the third movie.
We never watched. No, we watched the third one. We'll just never watch the first one. Still,
You're right. In the trilogy, it's either we will never watch the first one, and we might not watch the second one, but we definitely watch the third one.
I want a reference point of when we've ever done this before.
Venom. Venom is one of those. Is we didn't watch the first movie together, and we also didn't watch the second movie together, but we did watch the third movie together. So, just stay tuned for when that happens. I think James is muted because he's talking to his dad or something, or someone who walked
I'm
into his
talking
room.
to Oi,
Talking to Oi.
Oi,
Talking to Oi, Homelander.
talking to Oi, birth.
Talking to Oi, New
Talking to Oi.
Zealand.
New Zealand in it.
But yeah, that was the quickie review of Megan 2.0. I probably give it a 6 out of 10. I think slightly better than mid. It wasn't like a boring movie to me. So hey, there you go. How about you, James?
I thought it was pretty good. I'd give it like a 5 or 7 out of 10.
Really? Those are kind of
Yeah,
far apart. 5 is
not
mid,
really.
7 is like pretty
Very
good.
well. I don't think it was like a bad movie, and I
So what
think
you're
it
saying is the
just
6 out of 10 in between 5 and
no,
7?
no. I think it's very well made. I can't say like there's any like bad effects at any point. I think the fights are really good. I think it's just like an okay story at the you know worst extent.
Okay.
I think it's definitely not a Venom 3 kind of situation
Yeah.
where
We
it's
might
maybe
have
one of
just
the
shown
best
up.
theater experiences
Yeah,
we ever had.
it definitely is not up there. Like, I'm pretty sure Venom 3 is still like a 10 out of 10. There's not been a movie experience quite as
I
good as
fear
that.
we I fear we cooked too hard with our Venom 3 experience that we'll never be able
I
to
fear they
replicate how
cooked too
good it
hard with
was.
Venom 3. It was just it was too peak too early. Now there's nothing but downhill. At least for a while. I don't see an uphill. I don't see the peak anytime soon. So, yeah, I mean, maybe Superman will be that peak, but I kind of doubt it.
No, I think Superman's just going to be a good movie.
Yeah,
I don't think it's going to be a peak theater experience.
it's not the peak theater experience, but it is going to
It's
be the
not
where's
it's
the
not what we're
dog?
looking for.
He's going to be the your
I know you're talking about ugly dog.
he's going to be the your team killed that from me. Stole that from
Pull
me.
that from me.
People keep saying people keep asking me if I'm back.
People keep wondering if I'm Injustice Superman. And yeah, I'm starting to think I'm Injustice Superman.
I don't know what dog you're talking about.
Ugly dog in a dumb cape.
Ugly dog in a cape. What was that?
What is it? It's the
Hmm?
funniest thing because, by the way, based on interaction, this is Lex Luthor's first time meeting Superman, according to what he says.
Mhm.
So he's really just rage baiting this guy he just
Yeah.
met.
He sees Superman walk in. He's like, he's like, hey, Superman, keep recording this. He has his assistant recording the whole interaction the whole time on her phone.
I think it's his
hilarious.
girlfriend in the movie.
Really? That's even better.
Yeah.
Stacy, keep recording. And Superman throws a big baby tantrum. Anyway, can't wait to watch Superman. Go watch. You're gonna have to watch Megan 3, or sorry, Megan 2.0, if you want to have your own thoughts about it. Maybe we were a bit late to the party because the movie theater was almost empty. And by almost
It
empty,
was.
there were 2 other people in there.
Well, I don't think we were late to it because it just came out, JD. I think we were watching it at 8 o'clock at night. I think people other than the couple in front of us, which were wearing the thickest Axe cologne I ever smelled, by the way. I think they were. I don't know what they were doing. I don't know why they were there that
They
late to
were
watch
dressed
Megan
pretty
2.
fancy too. Maybe they just
They
got
were.
back
Oh yeah,
from like a
we didn't
party or
mention
something.
this. The guy's in a button-up shirt, tie,
Yeah,
suspenders,
the dude's in
and
formal
she's in a
shirt,
dress.
formal pants, suspenders, and the girl, I think she was in a dress.
Hmm.
Yeah, it was just a strange attire to watch Megan 2.0 in. But hey, stay classy, I guess.
Stay classy, San Diego.
I mean, if you guys enjoyed, you should like, subscribe, and hit that bell notification icon to get notified of when these episodes drop. And they drop every Sunday, because Sunday's when they come out. And also sometimes when we also record them. So, I mean, if you like James, check him out. His links are in the description below. Check him out there. That's enough for me, though. James, bring us out.
Yeah. So